luxury lawn and fail. Your remedy day! We are the remedy.
It's the end of the year party. Student Love Solutions 939 FM.
I mean, children are the life of the party, and I can't wait to see all of you rocking.
Good morning, my neighbor. How are you doing? Are you feeling okay? Good morning, my neighbor. How are you doing? Are you feeling okay?
Actually, I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling better. Seeing Argentina qualify to the next round of the FIFA World Cup in Qatar. And we are also seeing a lot of teams also battling it out today. Germany will be in action. Spain will be in action. It was a dramatic outing last night.
Especially Tunisia and France.
Yes, I mean, Tunisia, France, including Argentina, Poland. And at the point in time, people felt like Mexico was qualifying. People thought Poland was not going to qualify. But based on rules and goal difference, it was Poland that qualified despite losing against Argentina. With that, we welcome you to Kick Off Sports Show this morning on the AMR Update. My name is Oladapo Kunubi, aka Young Striker 9, Favor Laurentola, the Diamond Shouts fan, the German. Favor Laurentola is here this morning. Is Germany going home today or staying back in Qatar?
Please do not make me feel scared this morning. I am F to the E to the I to the V to the A flavor with the flavor, and it's December 1. Germany is going to town December 1 and move to the next day. What are I talking about? It's just like Tunisia yesterday. Tunisia won France, and then we're expecting that they'd qualify. Unfortunately, Australia, it was just so funny.
Yeah, and I mean, come on, Australia is now saying, hey, bring anybody, bring it on, we're ready, bring it on, bring it on. Are you ready? Are you ready? All right, so let's just quickly look at games going down today and take it round. Well, Mauricio Pochettino has also been talking, backing England to go all the way to get to the final of the World Cup. But getting to the final is a different case. Winning the World Cup is another thing. I mean, getting to the final, there are two things involved. Either you win or you lose. All right, guys. Well, remember, we're live on Facebook, facebook.com/Solutions939FM. Facebook.com/Solutions939FM. You're welcome on board.
With former world champions in Spain and Germany who know their fate today as qualification to the round of 16 stage of the ongoing FIFA World Cup continues in Qatar. Group E leaders Spain will face Japan while Germany will battle Costa Rica. Group E leaders Spain, who are with 4 points, will hope to secure the last 1 point to move to the next round, while Japan, who that has 3 points, is eyeing an outright win to garner 6 points. In the same vein, Costa Rica and Germany will both be seeking a win against each other, as only two teams are expected to qualify from the group.
Okay, and still looking at the World Cup this morning and looking at the disappointing outing of Tunisia. Although they won the game against France, but Wabi Kazri considered it was a bittersweet evening after his winning goal against France proved insufficient for Tunisia to qualify for the World Cup knockout stage. Kazri was named man of the match after the wonderful display capped by a 58-minute goal that handed Tunisia a 1-0 win at Education City Stadium. Unfortunately for Jalil Kadri's men, it was not enough to secure a place in the round of 16 as Australia defeated Denmark 1-0 to finish second in the Group D behind Le Bleu. I mean, Even Antoine Griezmann scored an equalizer, and that's created a different scene. And what we are getting now is that the French national team or the French Football Federation is saying that they are going to, run they are filing a complaint to FIFA after the last gap's equalizer by Antoine Griezmann was disallowed following a video review after the final whistle of their World Cup match against Tunisia. This is coming from the French Football Federation.
You see, this France should just go and sit down and let it go. At least they finished top in the group.
Yeah, finish it with 6 points.
They should just let it go now, Abba. They should let it go, please.
Okay, but finishing with 6 points is not bad. But it is more of what if it is more of maybe Antoine Griezmann setting records, and for France to also set a record at the World Cup. That is also part of the things. They need to also look at there. But let's also look at how referees take decisions. Look at the decision yesterday. Some people complain that Lionel Messi's penalty shouldn't have, stood. But at the end of the day, the referee took the decision. He went to check the VAR and pick the penalty. So a lot of decisions, maybe you can call it wrong decisions or right calls. We don't know. But let's just move on this morning and look at more stories from the FIFA World Cup in Qatar. And talking about Tata Martino, the coach of Mexico, has resigned.
Whoa, he has accepted responsibility for Mexico's huge failure at the World Cup and confirmed his contract had now expired, with little prospect of him returning to the role. Martino has been a largely unpopular El Trio coach, and his standing was not held by his Wednesday elimination in the group stage in Qatar 2022. Sorry.
Okay, but ultimately, Martino's men had left it too late. But looking at how things went for Mexico, from my own mind, I wanted Poland to move. You understand?
Poland will move.
Yeah, I wanted Poland to qualify. The reason being that looking at Robert Lewandowski is yet to show us that is the great Lewandowski of Bayern Munich and the great Lewandowski of Barcelona. You understand? It just looks. Poland just looked like a team with one player. Without Lewandowski, nothing will happen. Remember, I also lost the penalty in the first game. So it is what it is. So many managerial casualties will be happening going to the second round of the FIFA World Cup. Now, Luis Enrique, who's a Spanish national team coach, said that Spain wants to gamble by playing for a second-place finish in Thursday's final World Cup match against Japan in the hope of avoiding a possible quarter-final clash with favourites Brazil. Spain won their opening game against Costa Rica 7-0 before Sunday's 1-0 draw with Germany to leave them top of Group E on 4 points ahead of Japan, and Costa Rica on 3 points, with Germany bottom of the group with 1 point. So let us quickly run this analysis and what may surely happen today, most especially looking at how, do you think we might be seeing a failure from Spain today? Do you think there's going to be failure? But look at
Let me see the standings first.
look at the standings here.
Let me see.
Spain with 4 points, Japan with 3 points, Costa Rica with 3 points, and Germany with 1 point. Maybe the draw made by Germany against Spain has given them that energy. I'm talking about the Diamond Shaft, the German team you are supporting, right? But look at the game going down today: Japan, Spain, Costa Rica, Germany. That is going later tonight.
I have this feeling that Spain will definitely clinch that top spot with 3 points without a problem.
Okay.
But Costa Rica and Germany, it's one game I am scared of, but I hope Germany actually pulls through.
Against Costa Rica.
Against Costa Rica.
Looking at Costa Rica as well, this was a team that conceded seven against Spain.
The favors or the odds are for Germany here. Actually, you know why? Because there is -6 goal difference for
Costa Rica
here. Even if they win this game today, they can't qualify. So let
well, it depends. Should Costa Rica win this game? And let's look at it from this angle. Favor. I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But if you look at how should Costa Rica win the game, they will have 6 points, right? And if Spain fails to win against Japan,
they have 4 points.
That means Spain will have 4 points, Japan will have 6 points,
see.
So it is not about underrating teams now.
Let's look at it from this angle. When Germany and Spain played, I was hoping for a draw or a win for Germany, and it's so occurred that Germany was able to, equalize with Spain.
Yeah, against Spain.
Now, Germany looks like a team that wants to leave this group stage, without any problems. And definitely, if they can win against Costa Rica, they're getting that 4 points that they need to pull through. With Costa Rica having -6 points, I have that big.
Okay, you're looking at the -6, right?
I'm looking at the -6.
Germany has -1.
Germany has -1. So definitely, if Germany can give us like 2 goals, they're good.
Give who?
Give us 2 goals. Like 2 goals against Costa Rica. They're good. But Japan and Spain will want to win this. So Japan, nah. They're going
now I
home
understand
today.
where you're coming from, but I wish.
Japan is going home.
But okay, remember, guys, we'll have games ahead. I mean, that games coming before the Japan, Spain, Costa Rica, Germany clash, which is going down 4 o'clock. That is Croatia taking on Belgium and Canada taking on Morocco. Well, remember that there has been a lot of crisis in the Belgian national team squad, where Eden Hazard, Kevin De Bruyne, Thibaut Courtois, Toby Alderweireld, speaking against each other, saying that some players are old, and Croatia is with 4 points, Morocco with 4 points, because Morocco defeated Belgium 2-0, right? Canada is with no points, so I mean, for Canada, they're out. So it is now between Croatia, Morocco, Belgium. Let's look at the chances of Croatia this morning. Croatia is taking on Belgium, a team that finished third at the last campaign in Russia. So if Croatia fails to win the game today,
They're going home.
that would be a big problem. Belgium has got 3 points, and should Belgium win that game against Croatia, that means they have 6 points. But for Canada,
Morocco has got no problem.
because Canada has 0 points?
Yes, Morocco has got no problem in this game, actually.
Okay, so it looks like Morocco can win the game.
Yes, looks like Morocco can win. Morocco can win this game against Canada, but Belgium, Croatia.
Okay, should Morocco win the game against Canada, that means they will have 7 points.
Yes.
And that may look like Morocco top in the group.
It's not that may look like they will definitely top the group.
Okay. And well, for Morocco having 2 goals, but it depends on what happens between Croatia and Belgium.
Yeah.
That's top game of today at the FIFA World Cup. But remember, you can also let us have your take live on Facebook, our Facebook channel, Solutions 939 FM, Solutions 939 FM. Search for us on Facebook, post your comments. We are also live on YouTube, Solutions 939 FM. Now, moving away from that, this morning, Miroslav Klose saluted exemplary Niklas Füllkrug after Germany's strikers' goal-scoring World Cup debut against Spain. Remember, that was the equalizer for Germany, and the Werder Bremen forward was named in Hansi Flick's squad for the finals after netting 10 times in 14 Bundesliga appearances this season. A tally only bettered by Christoph Nkunku and a German top flight 12. All right, guys, let's look at one more story before we go on a break here, as Australian assistant coach Rene Mos-Letten has questioned FIFA's scheduling of the FIFA World Cup, with the Socceroos now set to clash with Argentina in the round of 16, just 3 nights after they both sealed progression. So a lot of people, yes, there'll be complaints, right?
Yeah, there'll be complaints. That's why you went through. So do not complain. Stop giving us this complaint.
When you're going for tournaments, you must be ready for
ready
anything.
for anything. Just like Qatar wasn't ready and just went away like that.
Okay, let's go on a break. We'll be right back.
Risi, where's your sister?
She's in the bedroom.
Oh, yeah, call her for me.
Baraka, mommy is calling you.
Hey, Risi, Joe, please buy me chill drink from Dogo.
Dogo, you there outside? I beg, help us bring one chill drink, come.
Risi, sorry, please check if it's your daddy that's at the door. You that your line had been blocked. How did you get the credit that you're using, Ke?
I linked my NIN to my MTN line and got 20k free airtime.
Yes, so link your NIN to your MTN Line today and get 20,000 Naira bonus airtime. Visit any MTN center near you to begin.
Mommy, where are you going?
MTN Experience Center, of course. You think it's only you that like good thing, eh?
Terms and conditions apply.
Make you show yourself, no they hide your face. Show up in the boot style, ooh, in the boot style. Cause you get to the ginger, almost too much swagger. You they give a good vibration. Anywhere you go, you show the colors of your. Show your.
Ládùn gbogbo àṣàyàn mímu aládùn bold tó wà ní aládùn ginger, olómi ọsàn, tropical àti bitter lemon. Unleash your bold. Show your colors.
Noise in class?
Auntie, Brian said that the Bonvita school competition is back. We are preparing for it.
The Bon Factor is back? Okay, let's see your preparation. Drop a beat.
That's right. The Bon Factor School Talent Competition is back with up to 6 million naira to be won. To participate, visit www.bonfactor.ng. Bonvita, strength to dream.
Oh boy, today was just stressful. As in everywhere just choke. You know what would be really cool right now? Hit me. Feel the vibe, live for the fun. It's cool like Fun Ice. Call the gang and have some more. That's cool like Fun Ice. With the creamy goodness, oh yeah. Be cool like Fun Ice.
Enjoy the taste of creamy goodness with Fun Ice. Available in vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate.
This not a taste of goodness. Golden caramel, creamy buttermint, and rich coffee. Cadbury candy there for every moment.
Introducing the Ogbonge new Cadbury Caramel, Cadbury Coffee, plus your Cadbury Buttermint Sweet where you don't enjoy it. Now, plenty don't day to share and jolly.
Cadbury candy there for every moment.
Hey you, I'd love to make the next 30 seconds of your time the best 30 seconds of your day by telling you about Airtel's amazing MiFi offers available to serve you reliably. The first gives you up to 125GB bonus data for just 5,000 naira, and the second gives you up to 150GB bonus data for just 7,500 naira. Simply visit www.airtel.com.ng/HBB or walk into any Airtel store near you to choose how to stay connected.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Sure you wanna feel that boost? Allow me to introduce Amber Energy Drink. No more shutting down, we're going up. Oh yeah, get ready, stimulate your energy. Amber now for energy. Go around and tell somebody. Oh yeah, get ready, stimulate your energy. I'm gonna for energy. Go out and tell somebody, say, what are you waiting for? Yeah? Now you can do more because I'm buying energy drink there for you. I'm buying energy drink there for you. Don't need to go too far. You can find it where you are because I'm buying energy drink there for you. I'm buying energy drink there for you. Yeah, I'm buying there for you. Yeah, I'm buying there for you.
Amber Energy Drink. Stimulate the energy.
So you're at your favorite booker and you've ordered rice, shaki, bomb roundabout, fuku, edo, liver, and croaker. Then you feel you should just top it up with one big chilled bottle of 7UP. But something tells you it's too much. Something tells you if people look at your table, they will think you're trying to kill yourself. Bros, please, what is something? Who is something? Are you something? Is something you? Something is only trying to stop you from being you. And that's all. Take this from 7UP and Fido Dido. Just sip some 7UP, face life, and just be you. Because nothing sure pass.
7UP. Be you. Nothing sure pass. 7UP. The diff is clear.
Union Bank bank is 105. To celebrate, we're giving away another 55 million naira in our Save and Win Pali promo too. That's 105,000 naira for 50 people every month, 500,000 naira for 5 people every quarter, and 5 million naira for one lucky person at the end of the year. To stand a chance, simply save at least 10,000 naira into your Union Bank account every month. If you don't have an account, you can download the Union mobile app or visit the nearest branch to open one. Terms and conditions apply.
Union Bank, your simpler, smarter bank.
Where everything is possible. My way, nothing can hold me back. I dey go, kulele, kulele. On my way, to my next level with
máa tẹ̀síwájú jẹ́ kó ríire ràpàdé ṣẹlẹ̀ làkàsẹ́rà má jẹ́ kí nǹkan kan dá ọ dúró.
Risi, where's your sister?
She's in the bedroom.
Oh, yeah, call her for me.
Baraka, mommy is calling you.
Hey, Risi, Joe, please buy me chill drink from Dogo.
Dogo, you there outside? Abeg, help us bring one chill drink, come.
Risi, sorry, please check if it's your daddy that's at the door. You that your line had been blocked. How did you get the credit that you're using, Ke?
I linked my NIN to my MTN line and got 20k free airtime.
Yes, so link your NIN to your MTN line today and get 20,000 naira bonus airtime. Visit any MTN center near you to begin.
Mommy, where are you going?
MTN Experience Center, of course. You think it's only you that like good thing, eh?
Terms and conditions apply.
It's the best way to end the year with the kids in the city of Ibadan. Watch out for the biggest Kiddies End of the Year party, powered by your Remedy Radio Dial 93.9 FM.
Tell me, are you ready?
Ẹ káàárọ̀ nílùú Ìbàdàn. Solutions 93.9 FM.
Welcome back to Kiko Sports Show on your AM update, your Remedy Down Solutions 939 FM. Favor here, young striker here, and still talking about the World Cup this morning. Argentina coach Lionel Scaloni is unimpressed by quick turnaround between Wednesday's 2-0 win over Poland and their World Cup last 16 dates with Australia. La Alba Celeste won 2-0 Stadium 974 to top Group E and secure progression on the next round. An outcome that appeared and real doubt after the defeat to Saudi Arabia on March day 1. Wow, a lot of people are not really talking about Saudi Arabia again.
No, but
After the win against Argentina. Oh, yeah, he said that.
I said it yesterday, it was just a lucky win.
But at least they've gotten the public holiday.
They've gotten the public holiday and they are away from the World Cup right now. So bye-bye Saudi Arabia. Republic of Saudi Arabia, bye-bye. We don't want to see you again.
Australia forward Mitchell Duke said bring on whoever when asked about taking on Lionel Messi or Robert Lewandowski in the World Cup round of 16. The Socceroos progressed to the knockout stage of the World Cup for only the second time in their history, 16 years on from first doing so in 2006 by beating Denmark 1-0 on Wednesday. Now for Fernando Hierro has hailed a great generation of youthful Spain and England talents shining at World Cup, referencing the likes of Jude Bellingham and Gavi.
Well, Bellingham 19 and 21-year-old Sakama Baby have impressed in Qatar for England, and Gareth Southgate's side secured progression to the knockout stage as Group B winners after Tuesday's 3-0 victory over Wales. Spain are within touching distance of knockout stage in the Middle East, as well as needing to just avoid defeat against Japan on Thursday to qualify, while victory will take them through to Group E winners.
And well, for Ben White has left England's World Cup training base and returned home for personal reasons. But despite that, former Tottenham PSG manager Mauricio Pochettino is back in England to go all the way to the final of the World Cup.
For sure, yes. I think I saw very good performance from the defensive line, and for the whole team, I think they play really well. I think they beat Wales in a very difficult game. But yes, of course they can cope. I think, look, all the players that are involved in the national team are playing for big clubs, fighting for Champions League, for the Premier League. I am confident that England can beat any team.
Check your time right now. It is at 9:24 on your Remedy Radio Dial Solutions 939 FM. Remember, Canada, Morocco is coming fast by 4 o'clock. Same time, Croatia taking on Belgium. The Group F encounter, last group game. All games to be played simultaneously. And in Group E,
Costa Rica, Germany, and Japan, Spain. All by 8 o'clock today.
8 o'clock. And well, we'll move away from the FIFA World Cup. Let's talk more football stories on the show before wrapping up.
It's all about Barcelona and Real Madrid confirming they will boycott next week's La Liga summit in Dubai, with Lo Blancos of labeled as illegal. Spanish top-flight clubs have been asked to attend the meeting on December 7, in which a number of topics regarding the league will be discussed. In a statement released on Wednesday, Madrid questioned the location of the event and the timing.
Okay, well, that means more problem. We'll wait to see. Okay, now let's talk about transfer. Cristiano Ronaldo is eyeing big money move. Cristiano Ronaldo has a lucrative offer to move to Saudi Arabia on the table after his departure from Manchester United, but the Portugal forward is set to wait until after the World Cup before deciding on the next move. Let's talk about the NBA before we wrap up this morning.
Devin Booker continued his outscoring run with a season-high 51 points in only 31 minutes as the Phoenix Suns won 132 points to 113 over the Chicago Bulls on Wednesday. Well, we have more, more fixtures, more games played down today, and we get the score line from there.
Let us quickly look at it. I know, Favor, just calm down.
I'm expecting
I know you want to hit somebody, but there's no problem.
I'm looking for another one.
Okay, for results of games played in the wee hours of today, Philadelphia 76ers lost against Cleveland Cavaliers 85-113 points, as Orlando Magic could not get a magic against the Atlanta Hawks, losing 108-125 points. Miami Heat lost against Boston Celtics 121-134 points, as Brooklyn Nets defeated Washington Wizards 113-107 points. Milwaukee Bucks defeated New Orleans Pelicans 109-103 points, as Minnesota Timberwolves defeated Memphis Grizzlies 109-101 points. New Orleans Pelicans better than Toronto Raptors, beating the Raptors 126-108 points. San Antonio Spurs lost 111-119 points against Oklahoma City Thunders. Denver Nuggets defeated Houston Rockets 120-100 points, as Phoenix Suns defeated Chicago Bulls 132-113 points.
All right, LA Clippers couldn't clip the wings of Utah Jazz 112 points, losing to 125 points. Sacramento Kings also defeated Indiana Pacers 137 points to 114
Big
points.
guy LA Lakers.
LA Lakers.
Oh, shit.
It's not 1 point today. LA Lakers defeated Portland Trail Blazers 128 points to 109 points.
All right, guys, we have to wrap up here, and we'll move to the other side of the show, where we look at headlines on the pages of Nigerian newspapers, as well talk about the World AIDS Day. It is December 1, and well, there's something going down from Osaka today. Favor Laurentola, do you know your HIV status?
The last time I did the test was around 2017, so I'll go do it again.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. I've been told to go and do it again.
Go and do it. Go and do it. Let us know.
I know.
Let
All
us
right.
know.
I'm also going for my. I need to go recheck as well. But Damalala Fenwa, we need to know your results too. All right, guys. We'll join Damalala Fenwa and Favor Laurentola on the other side. My name is Olodakwa Okunubi, aka Young Striker 9. Like what I say, we say, keep doing sports and stay safe.
best way to end the year with the kids in the city of Ibadan. Watch out for the biggest Kiddies End of the Year party, powered by your Remedy Radio Dial 93.9 FM.
Tell me, are you ready?
Listen to this announcement. Trade Exhibition. Ajilawa Trade Fair has entered 7th day today, 1st December. Take advantage to exhibit your goods and services free for the rest of the days. Venue, Ibadan Recreation Exhibition Ground, Sabu Jembewan Road, Ibadan. Sponsored by Uche Kinze Nigeria Limited.
Yo, what's up?
Do not touch that dial. You know the radio you tune to, it's your Remedy Dial 93.9 Solutions FM. Your number one Remedy Dial. Wati.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ nílùú Ìbàdàn. Solutions 93.9 FM.
Why worry about your morning when we can give you the perfect start? Make a date with us and enjoy an amazing blend of breakfast on everything sports, newspaper review and analysis, trending topics, exclusive interviews on health, politics, business, entertainment, music, and so much more. Join the AM Update team weekdays 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Solutions 939 FM for an experience like never before. AM Update. It always gets better here.
Alright, it's 28 minutes to 10. You're on to Solutions 93.9 FM. And let me gladly say Happy New Month. Welcome to the very last month in the very eventful year called 2022. My name is Adi Damala Lafayette. It's my pleasure to welcome you on to the From the Daily segment of AM Update.
Okay, when you mentioned eventful year 2022,
very eventful.
My mind went to the 2020 eventful year, the Vision 2020 that saw us, going through the COVID-19, the lockdown, different phases of that particular year. And here we are at 2022, December again, and in a few days we'll be saying Happy New Year, Merry Christmas as well. Good morning to you. How have you been? And Comrade Oluwamoto is here too. Good morning to you. Happy New Month, everybody. So we'll be taking headlines from the newspapers this morning. Burning issues from around the world. I've said the word from around the Nigeria, from around the world, Nigeria, everywhere. And just stay tuned. You have the chance to call into the studio to lend your one cover, opinion about the stories we'll be discussing this morning.
Okay, I have the Vanguard and the Punch newspapers with me this morning.
Okay, I'll be taking it from The Nation and the Nigerian Tribune.
Now, going straight to the Vanguard newspaper, Aisha Buhari court remands students over poor people's money remark. And still from the Vanguard newspaper, we may start no pay, no work. As for president, another brouhaha brewing. Jega expresses fears over possible outcome of 2023 polls. Tinubu campaign promises well-organized Oshiomole. Adeleke directs ex-officials to return government properties. And moving further, FD has no plan to increase fuel pump price. NMDPR, that is the midstream and downstream petroleum regulatory authority. And going further as well, Kano makes U-turn lift ban on tricycle on major roads. Troops rescue 3 kidnapped victims, destroy bandit camps in Kaduna. NMA confirms arrest of fake doctor in Lagos. And still from the Vanguard, drink manufacturers, we will address 10% tax. Lawan. Census, NPC calls for thorough screening of ad hoc staff. Those are some of the headlines on the pages of the Vanguard newspaper this morning.
All right, let me take it from the Nation newspaper here, starting from education, and then I'll move to politics, especially the 2023 elections. Schools to adopt mother tongue as medium of instruction. On page 2 of the Nation newspaper, INEC, PVC mandatory for voting in 2023 general election. Definitely it should be mandatory. Tinubu for Katham House talks on security, economy. Abdul Razak takes 189.4 billion naira budget estimate to assembly. Why Ondo should vote for me by Atiku or should assembly dares at Delike. Minister states to blame for rising poverty. Archip. Governors building airports, flyovers, investing in projects with no economic impact. Wike takes on governor over derivation payment, and Oshiomhole PDP, a house divided against itself. Atiku bar to weary party rattled in state. And you can find the story continued on page 12 of the Nation newspaper. A Lagos doctor remembered over rape, mother beheads daughter, on page 3 of the Nation newspaper.
Now moving to the Punch newspaper, federal borrowing should be strictly for production. OB. Bello presents 172 billion naira budget to Kogi Assembly. And still from the Punch, INEC gears up for elections in Northeast, deploys BVAs. CSOs decry plateau underage voters, multiple registrations. Repeat PDP's 2019 victory. Atiku begs Ondo residents. Osun Assembly insists council chairman must stay. And moving further, you are for power-hungry politicians. I'm knocks APC, PDP. FG pays ASU November salary, withholds arrears. And 9 of 10 medical consultants leaving Nigeria. MDCAT, that is the Medical and Dental Consultants Association of Nigeria. Well, these are some of the headlines from the pages of the Punch newspaper this morning.
Okay, starting with education, also on the Nigerian Tribune, NAPS advocates education reforms, decries decline in standard. Reps, legislators, most are misunderstood political office holders in Nigeria. Nasara to address Maraba and Yaya traffic jam through light rail. And COVID-19, experts fear looming mental health illness in Nigeria. Reps warn pleas against partisan provision of security for politicians. And we have Diri Dixon to lead PEP presidential campaign in Bayelsa. Other stories you can find on the Nigerian Tribune. And now to the burning issue this morning.
Okay, today is the first day in the month of December, and it's a day celebrated worldwide as the World AIDS Day. It's a day where people around the world unite to show support for people living with HIV and to remember those who have died from AIDS-related diseases or illnesses. And in the course of the program this morning, we'll be discussing with Dr. Olukayode Ogunkunle, who is the project manager Programs Manager, I beg your pardon, OISACA, that is your state agency for the control of AIDS in the course of the program. But it's my pleasure to welcome Comrade Olu Omotosho in the studio this morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Happy new month.
We can now start saying citizens' greetings.
Yes, yes.
Okay, now we want to start from education sector. I read something in the paper yesterday about the Federal Executive Council approving the use of mother tongue, yes, and in teaching students, especially pupils from primary 1 to 6, that the use of mother tongue should be the official language to communicate, to teach students. What's your take on that? Is it a welcome development? And how practicable is this when we are in a situation whereby our mother tongue has been regarded as vernacular and students are being punished for speaking their mother tongue right within the school premises?
It's a welcome development. Okay. Though coming quite late, but then it's something that we should applaud, that at least it's coming at this time. That it's coming at all is a sign, it's a pointer to the fact that at least we will still get it right in Nigeria. What the languages all around the world, economies that had grown, that had matured, that are ruling the world today, when you look at them, when you look at their educational system, you discover that most of them most of them were taught in school, elementary school and all that, in their own local languages. And that's what makes it even easier for children to learn when you are learning in your own language. And most time when you even look at when we have international conferences like even the UN, when the UN is having a meeting and all that, most of the time you see each of the presidents sitting there getting their own different headsets and all that that will speak their own language.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the way it is done. But it's only in Africa. I think that it's a madness that needed to be cured in Africa. It's only in Africa that we're having that craze for for foreign languages.
Colonial mentality.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, now we see that it is a welcome development, but there might be a little glitch in the introduction of the mother tongue into the education system. Why? This is Ibadan here, and I know that the predominant language here should be Yoruba. And now if you say that the reintroduction of the mother tongue should be that, that language from the state that you're from, and if you say that it's definitely going to be the mother tongue, yes, predominantly in Ibadan, yes, Yoruba. But when we have the mixture of Igbo, we have the mixture of Hausa, we have the mixture of other tribes in that particular class, could we still classify this as the mother tongue, if you want to define that as mother tongue?
Well, it is mother tongue.
Still Yoruba,
yes,
still being taught in Yoruba.
Yeah, I think, yes, a lot of complexity will set in because we have the number of languages we have in Nigeria is not little at all. It's not small. So what you want to, if you want to start imagining how this program will run, and you don't want to start contemplating the number of languages that will be used for the textbooks. So I think what the government should do, and I think where they should start from, is we have 3 major languages in our country here. I mean, we have the Yoruba. I mean, and of course there is nobody within the Yoruba land that does not understand what you say when you speak Yoruba. Our dialects may be different. Of course, it may differ, but there is, at least 80% of Yorubas will speak the Yoruba that is spoken generally, that is most widely spoken among the Yorubas. They will understand. So also Igbos, yes, they also have disparity and all that. I mean, in their dialects, but majority of them understand when you speak Igbo, just like Hausa too. even the Fulanese speak Hausa. So among them, I think if they can do it and just come up with the three major languages, then maybe going forward, if at the end of the day, maybe perhaps we might get to a point where where our educational administrators of our educational sector will come to and say, look, let's use technology and things like that.
But comrade, just before we leave that issue, I am concerned about how practicable this will be.
And the effect it's going to have on the employment of teachers. Because definitely there's going to be a cut if that is what this is going to be. For instance, when you have Yoruba speaking, state, and you want that school to be taught in Yoruba, you're going to sideline the Hausa speaking teacher and the Igbo speaking teacher in the schools.
No, that's not. I mean, there is always a way. We can always find a way around that. Now, take for instance, in a community where the people are predominantly Yorubas. Yes, in the major schools, the Yoruba language can be used. It doesn't. Don't forget. It doesn't mean that other languages will not be taught. It doesn't mean that English language will not be there, or French or whatever language will not be there. Now, and in doing that, when you have people that do not really understand Yoruba language, and they have they only understand their own language other than English and all that, then of course, special schools can be created for people like that. And one thing that they must also do is, in Yoruba land, when you are teaching the student, when you are teaching students with the local language, the Yoruba language, the student must also be taught Hausa and Igbo. And as a matter of fact, those two other languages, the two other languages in anywhere should be made compulsory, not optional. Now, you'll be taught in your own language, yes, but this should be an opportunity for us to be able to really understand ourselves better and say, okay, because you are Yoruba, you'll be taught in Yoruba, but you must learn Hausa as a language, you must learn Igbo as a language. So also in Hausa land and Igbo land, so that every Nigerian at some point in the future will be able to speak the three major languages of our country, and of course that will make us gel even better than we are, and I will understand ourselves better wherever I go. Now, if I can speak the language there, now the level of suspicion that I will have when I'm relating with people will reduce, because at least I can hear whatever they are saying. So I think it's a good development, and I just pray that government will be able to see it through, and so that it doesn't get abandoned, so that after this administration is gone, the one coming in should pursue it and make sure that it is accomplished.
Okay, thank you very much. We are still talking education, but we are moving to the tertiary institution. We all witnessed the 8th month strike of the ASU, and then we witnessed the half salary payment of the lecturers in Nigeria. As of yesterday, there was a full payment paid for November, but there is something ASU is saying here. No work, no pay policy will be established if our arrears are not paid for the 8 months and the half salary that was, not paid as at last month.
Yeah, whatever is good for the goose is good for the gender. It has never worked in this country anyway. It has never happened. It has always been a threat that if you don't work, you won't get your pay. Yes. And if that is going to become a policy, now a good development it will be. But that will mean that in situation where the educational sector, most especially, where the Minister of Education fails to meet up with obligations to the educational sector, the minister should be questioned too. And for the period of time that there is lapses and then denial of release of funds and some other things like that, the minister also should be punished for that. And whatever salary that is paid to the minister at that time should be withdrawn. And government officials, that go on holidays without a permission, and those that just decide to say, look, today I'm not going home, and all the ministers and all the senior officers that will leave their office, 1 o'clock on Friday and never return back to the office until Tuesday. Now, things like that must also be calculated, and make sure that they are not paid for it. And any one of them that have gotten that must be made to refund it. So if we are going to make it a policy, let everybody know that this is what we are going to do. From now, we are going to start this. And in case there is a strike, or there is going to be a strike, and a union issue a warning, probably saying we are giving you this period, within this time and so time, you must meet our demand. If the demands are legitimate, most especially maybe an arrears of what are supposed to be done, if it is not done, the minister should be sacked and made to compensate for the period of time that such is done. But if that is done, then of course we won't have strike again, because everybody will sit up and do what they are supposed to do. In a situation where you have an agreement and say, look, now all of these lecturers actually is not asking for money, for increase in salary and whatever. Now, majorly what they are asking for is release money for us so that we'll be able to improve this sector. And you all agreed. Since 2009, you have not done that. You have not done anything. So if they are not going to pay the lecturers now, every minister of education and those that are responsible, that has something to do with payment and fulfillment of this agreement, must be made to refund the salary they have received from government from 2009 till date. If that is done, then, I mean, everything will have been seen to have been fair. But you cannot rise up now after you have done after you have failed in your responsibility and duties, leading to the losses that our children have suffered. And now you are coming to say the lecturers will not be paid. It is not done.
Okay, Kamri, let's look at it from this angle. Now, it's been confirmed that the November salary of these lecturers have been paid in full. But you were talking about implementing a policy of no work, no pay. Now, if at all the federal government wants to implement the work, no pay policy now, do you really feel this is the right time to implement it, knowing full well that these students have lost 8 months and they are just trying to pick up the pieces, and the federal government is still adamant on not paying them for the period they didn't work? Do you feel that is a kind of insensitivity on the part of the government?
You see, government is just trying to show us, I mean, those that are involved are just trying to show us that they have ego, and that they don't want to be seen as negotiating from the point of weakness.
Because some rules can still be bent, at least for peace to reign.
This is not even a rule, because as at the time they went on strike, you only said no work, no pay. Now, at the end of the day, they will go to the courts, and the court will give us interpretation of whatever law they are trying to provide. They are trying to prove here. They are trying to present to the world now. Now, if you don't, you cannot change the game. You cannot change the goalpost at the middle of the game. Now, if before the strike you have all of you have sat down and in your negotiation sessions you have agreed that if you are going on strike, you are not going to be paid. And if they agree that they are going to, to that, then of course we won't be talking about it now. But if that had not been in place before the strike, and even while the strike runs, so it has not been, pen had not been put to paper that this is what we are going to do, then of course it is not enforceable. So really, I know something. I can see federal government turning around to say, okay, this is your money, this is your pay and all that. They definitely would do that, because they will have the courts to contend with if they say they are not going to pay. And of course, I just think that I feel what they are trying to do is let the lecturers know that now you have gone on strike, we're not going to pay you. So to make them, to put them on edge, to let them know, to warn them that next time you go on strike, you're not going to be paid. But I can assure that they will get their pay for this.
Okay, let's remain hopeful. Now we're moving away from education, we're moving to politics now, and I want us to start from Osun State. just last Sunday, the new governor was sworn in Osun State, that is Ademola Adeleke. And ever since he was sworn in as a new governor, he's been making some drastic changes. And with the look of things, one of the changes he made was that he nullified the election of the local government chairman, which was held, the election that was held on the 15th of October. Now, let's come to this. Oyetola was in power, was in government for 4 years. And throughout the 4 years, he didn't conduct local government election. Now, after participating in an election and he lost, and he had just few weeks to the expiration of his tenure as the governor, then, boom, there was an election, which he organized, local government election. Now, Adeleke has come and said he is nullifying the election of this local government chairman, which was held on October 15th. And now the Osun State Assembly is kicking against that. Don't you feel it's a form of early war or early battle for Adeleke, who is barely few days in office?
You should. I think you need to really understand how things run in the political balance in this country. You see, all of these things you're seeing now is just a sign that look, a new governor had come, and yes, Adeleke need to assert his position. You know, as a matter of fact, before he's swearing in, a lot of people were made to believe that he would never be sworn in, and eventually, I mean, and that happened. He got sworn in, and some of the things that Oyetola did, they are not new too. It happened also here in Oyo State.
Why should we keep having such? When you're a few days to, you now start making some drastic, and which most times are like signs that you are trying to create problems for the incoming administration.
Yeah, because the problem is the kind of law that we have. Our laws are good, but enforcement is not there. And that's the reason why you see the kind of the level of impunity that you get. Now, we have a law that is saying that, that said you cannot even appoint a caretaker committee for local government. That's a tier of government. That's a third tier of government that is closest to the people, nearest to the people, that makes the people feel the impact of governance more than any other one. Now, you come and you just think you can just choose for the people. You just nominate people and say, this is the caretaker chairman. Now, noise has been there. I mean, a lot of clamoring, they call it wailing. A lot of wailing has been there that every state must conduct local government election. At a point, we were even telling federal government to stop releasing allocation to local governments. Local governments that are not elected. Now, you now decide to say, okay, because I'm going now, yes, I'm going to put a local government, I'm going to put...
After spending 4 years.
Yes. Now, it happened here in the last administration too. And you see, after back and forth and all that, I think that had gone down now. So, eventually what will happen is that those local government executives that were sacked will go to court. And at the end of the day, the law is there. Now, the experts, the learned people, because the rest of us are illiterates. We are not learned. It's only the lawyers. When they get there, they will prove themselves to the court, and then the court will decide. Then about the state assembly coming up, feigning confrontation. They're just feigning that. It's because you know what happened is they need to make the governor understand that look, we're here. And we are powerful. Of course, they will make noise. But you know, just give them a little time.
Comrade Olomotasha, we would like to, apologize for the break. We'll have to go on a commercial break now. We'll be back after the commercial break.
Risi, where's your sister?
She's in the bedroom.
Oh, yeah, call her for me.
Baraka, mommy is calling you.
Hey, Risi, Joe, please buy me chill drink from Dogo.
Dogo, you there outside? I beg, help us bring one chill drink, come.
Risi, sorry, please check if it's your daddy that's at the door. You that your line had been blocked. How did you get the credit that you're using, Ke?
I linked my NIN to my MTN line and got 20k free airtime.
Yes, so link your NIN to your MTN line today and get 20,000 naira bonus airtime. Visit any MTN center near you to begin.
Mommy, where are you going?
MTN Experience Center, of course. You think it's only you that like good thing, eh?
Terms and conditions apply.
It's the best way to end the year with the kids in the city of Ibadan. Watch out for the biggest Kiddies End of the Year party, powered by your Remedy Radio Dial 93.9 FM.
Tell me, are you ready?
Okay, the time is 10 o'clock. You run to Solutions 93.9 FM, and the program is AM Update. And we've been having a chat with our analyst in the studio this month, that is Comrade Olu Omotosho. Just before we went on break, Comrade, you were talking about what the Osun State Assembly should do. Please, you can go ahead, sir.
Yeah, they just want the new governor, they want to let him know and understand that they are they're part of the forces that they had to reckon with as a governor. That he cannot just with a sweep of the hand just come and uproot what had been planted. Now they are telling the governor that, look, these issues had become policies because it was debated at the House and then it was approved by the governor, so it has become law in their state. Now, most especially the change of name from state of Osun to Osun State and all that. See, all of those, these are some of the things that that look so funny to me when I see them. Now, if we are running a government and we have a pattern, and then a state governor just rose up one day and said, look, my state will no longer be called Osun State. It will be state of Osun.
And then state of virtues too.
Yes. Yes. So from that moment, I expect every allocation to that state to have been stopped. Because that shows you are saying, look, I'm no longer part of the system.
Does the governor have the power to change such things, like changing the name of a state?
Well, I think we have had so many arguments on it, right from the time the action took place. A lot of argument forth and back and all that. At a point, some lawyers came up and say every allocation to the state must stop and all that. Then somehow, the whole thing, it didn't work again. So if somebody is coming out to say, look, I'm going to change this, then it becomes, you see, there are so many things that needed to be corrected. So the same state at a point, the governor, I think it was Rebeshola, when he was governor, he said, look, all the schools in this state must wear the same uniform. And all that. You see, when you look at things like that, it doesn't feel tidy to me as a person. But then, whether this state assembly, whether they like it or not, at the end of the day, they are still going to work for this governor. And what makes it even more interesting is election is just around the corner. In the state assembly, the members there now have less than 7 months to go, and 7 months is a long time for the governor to maneuver his way and then be able to bring all of them together. And of course, many of them will jump ship. Many of them will do, because the fear of not returning to the assembly is high there among them. And of course, one of the assurances they will get, or one of the bits that will be, that they will use is, look, you are not going to return if you are maintaining this hard stance and all that. But certainly, I know that they are going to resolve things, and they will go. They will have peace. Certainly they will. I don't see the Oshun Assembly presented a kind of opposition to the governor or the kind of stiff resistance that we witnessed here in Oyo State and in Ondo State when there was a change of government. So I don't. Certainly, I just know that they are going to resolve everything and they're going to come to work together.
All right, we'll opt for the resolving of the crisis there at Osun State. You can be a part of the program this morning. 0909 88 89 939 and 0912 22 939. I repeat the number one more time: 0909 88 89 939 and 0912 22 939. The fuel crisis and the scarcity of fuel is still a topic that is still
that's the most trending issue at the
it's
moment.
most trending, and it's been giving a lot of people issues, especially around Nigeria, even in Ibadan here. Do you see this thing going down? Because the federal government has come to say that there would not be increase in fuel pump price for the first visitors. Let me take this call first. Okay, please, when you call in, know that you are live on radio and be civil with what you say. We're back to you,
okay,
comrade.
before you take your stand on it, comrade, there's a particular headline that came out this morning. FG has no plan to increase
the fuel price.
Fuel pump price. Now, okay, we have a caller.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
This is Abiola calling.
Abiola, good morning to you.
The introducing mother tongue language at an early stage in primary school is a welcome idea.
Okay.
Can you imagine a whole country called Nigeria that abandoned its language and adopt the English language? That was the more reason why we are not growing in the education system as a nation, because we refuse to celebrate our own mother language.
And you know, Abiola, you know that even our parents these days, some parents don't even allow their kids to speak in their mother tongue at home.
Yes. English language everywhere. They don't even want to hear our mother tongue language again. So let's have implement in our primary school education and see maybe things will change for better.
Okay.
So thank you.
Thank you very much, Abiola, for that. I'll take this call and then we're back to comrade. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, my sister.
Good morning.
This is Wesila from Elele.
Wesila, good morning.
As much as this language of a team, everybody is welcoming it. Our major problem as Nigeria is that we have never adopted any language out of all these languages we are using as a link to every region. Paraventure now, in Oyo State, you decide to use Yoruba language as the language of study. And you have Igbo man that is here, and Hausa man is here. We need be forced to use Yoruba. Or when you go to the north, they will use Hausa. When you go to the east, they use Igbo. So the thing is complex. If we have adopted a language as a general language for we Nigerians, it would have been better. That language would have been what we will use. Then like in some South Africa, they use Swahili. If we have adopted a language as a nation, that language would have been what we fall back to. That is the major problem. We have this problem of using English as a lingua franca. And to me, it will be very, very hard for us when we start using our local language, because directly or indirectly it will affect somebody. If you are a Yoruba in other Hausa, they force you to use Hausa. If you are an Hausa in Igbo land, you will be forced to use Yoruba. It sums up to the same thing at the end of the day. So to me, I believe first thing we need to do is look for a language that we adopt. When we adopt a language, we now use it as a nation. I'm not part of those that believe maybe our language is a vernacular, because that's what we grew up to know. If you speak Yoruba in Yoruba land, they tell you are speaking vernacular in schools, which is very, very bad. But one thing I think we need to do first is to adopt a general language as a nation, and we use that as our lingua franca to communicate and study and do every other thing. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Sila, for that. We'll be back to Comrade here. Just a few seconds concerning the petrol pump price.
There is something that we are not getting here. From commentary of operators of NMPC Limited and in recent times, they have told us that petrol is underpriced in Nigeria. Now, as a matter of fact, we've seen suggestions that the right price should be between 400 and 500 naira a liter. And I asked this question. Now, you are saying that what we are paying, that what we are paying is very little, and all that. But if you look at what they are suggesting, even at 200 naira for a very long time, even before this scarcity now, a lot of filling stations have been selling for about 200 naira. Now, for a minimum wage earner in Nigeria that probably, let's just assume, is riding a motorbike, an Okada. Now, he will use that to go to school. He will use that to go to work. And sometimes you might want to drop his children in school and all that. It has so many other things to do. And then it is from this 30,000 naira, the minimum wage, that he will buy the fuel and all that. Now, where is the light? Do we have light? Do we have power? Now, a lot of people will power their generator set with petrol and all that. Now, it has to feed, it has to buy foodstuff for the house. Now, even if he's a landlord, now definitely he will have maybe one or two loan repayments somewhere that he has acquired. And if he's a tenant, now you have to pay house rent and all that. So when you look at all of this, bringing all of these things together, I think what government is doing, or people, policy makers, what they are doing is they look to me more self-centered than people who are really thinking of the people. They are leading. And that's the reason why most time I don't call them leaders. They are because they are rulers, because they don't think of the people. Now, just a few, maybe about 3 or 4 weeks ago, the federal government decided to increase salary and allowances of some officials, of some government officials, ministers and all that. Now, the increment that go into the allowances and all that comes in multiples of the minimum wage that we are talking about. And even the minimum wage is not being implemented now. Just yesterday, Bauchi governor just approved the payment of the minimum wage. Look at the time that had become. Yeah.
2019,
yeah.
2020.
And up until now. So one governor is just saying, okay, now we are now ready to pay. There are so many others that have not done that. But now government will. Another thing that bothers me about this government is a government that will not come to tell you, look, what we see on the street is white. But this government will not come to tell us that it is white. They will tell us it's black. Now you are telling us that there is fuel, that you have about 2 billion liters of fuel stocked somewhere and all that, and then we don't have it on the street. We can't get it on the street. Yesterday I needed because I couldn't get fuel anyway. I've been away out of town. I came back and I needed to run my car. I had to buy 4 liters. I bought 4 liters for 2,000 naira because I needed to go to places. And now you are saying that you are not increasing the fuel, you are not doing anything, and then you have it somewhere. Then what are you doing with it? And you are not giving it to the people. And you are using our money to pay subsidies. You use our money to buy all these things, and then you starve us with it. So this is so confusing. But I just hope, but I take solace in one thing, that all of these things will end in another 7 months.
In another 7 months?
Yeah.
That is like in...
God had given us the grace.
All right,
God has given us the grace to endure it up until this level.
So we should endure till another 7
Of
months.
course, we will just pray that God will continue to give us the grace, to continue
Oh my God, Comrade Oluomotasho, that is a very long time to endure such a thing. But we just pray that everything goes well. We'll be back. Please do not change the dial. It's Solutions 939 FM. We'll talk about the World AIDS Day, and then also we'll take more comments from you, and we move to another segment on the show.
Make you show yourself, no they hide your face. Show up in the boat style, ooh, in a boat style. Cause you get to the ginger, almost too much swagger. You they give a good vibration. Anywhere you go, you show the colors of your
Ládùn gbogbo àṣàyàn ohun mímu aládùn bold tó wà ní aládùn ginger, olómi ọsàn, tropical àti bitter lemon. Unleash your bold, show your colors.
Vita, just strength.
Noise in class?
Auntie, Brian said that the Bomb Vita school competition is back. We are preparing for it.
The bomb factor is back? Okay, let's see your preparation. Drop a beat.
That's right. The Bomb Factor School Talent Competition is back with up to 6 million naira to be won. To participate, visit www.bombfactor.ng. Born Vita, strength to dream.
Oh boy, today was so stressful. Hey, as in everywhere just choke. You know what would be really cool right now? Hit me, feel the vibe, live for the fun. It's cool like fun ice. Call the gang and have some more. That's cool like fun ice. With the creamy goodness, oh yeah. Be cool like fun ice.
Enjoy the taste of creamy goodness with Fun Ice. Available in vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate.
This not a taste of goodness. Golden caramel, creamy buttermint, and rich coffee. Cadbury candy there for every moment.
Introducing the Ogbonge new Cadbury Caramel, Cadbury Coffee, plus your Cadbury Buttermint Sweet where you don't enjoy it. Now, plenty don't day to share and jolly.
Cadbury candy there for every moment.
My name na Ekele, and na accessories I dey sell. Whether na earring o, belt, even cufflinks dem, e full my shop na. But people no go buy wetin dem no dey see na. Abi, to you, I just dey flood your timeline. To me, my phone na my shop, my Airtel data na my rent.
The important things in life are powered by data. Dial *141# to choose any data plan that works for you.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Sure you wanna feel that boost? Allow me to introduce Amber energy drink. No more shutting down, we're going up. Oh yeah, get ready, stimulate your energy. Amber now for energy. Go around tell somebody. Oh yeah, get ready, stimulate your energy. Amber now for energy. Go around tell somebody. Say, what are you waiting for? Yeah? Now you can do more because Amber energy drink there for you. Amber energy drink there for you. No need to go too far. You can find it where you are because Amber energy drink there for you. Amber energy drink there for you. Yeah, Amber there for you. Yeah, Amber there for you.
Amber Energy Drink. Stimulate the energy in you.
Union Bank is 105. To celebrate, we're giving away another 55 million naira in our Save and Win Pali promo too. That's 105,000 naira for 50 people every month, 500,000 naira for 5 people every quarter, and 5 million naira for one lucky person at the end of the year. To stand a chance, simply save at least 10,000 naira into your Union Bank account every month. If you don't have an account, you can download the Union mobile app or visit the nearest branch to open one. Terms and conditions apply.
Union Bank, your simpler, smarter bank.
Where everything is possible. My way, nothing can hold me back. I dey go, kulele, kulele. On my way, to my next level with
máa tẹ̀síwájú jẹ́ kó ríire ràpàdé ṣẹlẹ̀ làkàṣẹ́rà má jẹ́ kí nǹkan kan dá ọ dúró.
Words are powerful, but even more powerful is when they are backed by action. Which is why at Keystone Bank, we don't just say you are important. We show you how important you are to us by providing you with simple and innovative banking technology that hit home. From our online banking and mobile app to our star 7111 hash platform to our super fast loan services and so much more. In Keystone, you'll find a refreshing approach that takes banking from being bearable to pleasurable. Experience customer dedication and refreshing innovation that go beyond words with Keystone. Keystone Bank. We grow together.
What do we mean when we say ground on level? Now see as you dey hustle, you dey flex join. You dey enjoy yourself with what you get for hand. Now why you fit cool body with the Wazo bottles, 7Up, Mirinda and Pepsi 35cl for just 50 naira. No matter your choice, so fasten a 35cl glass bottle on our Wazo, because when we say ground on level, we mean because on our Wazo.
Enjoy chilled refreshment with the Wazo bottles, 7Up, Mirinda, and Pepsi 35cl glass at 50 naira only. Ground on level with the Wazo bottles. All now Wazo.
The season of giving, it don't show again. The season to bring better for you again. Time for celebration, time for jollification. No, the go food and you go belly full. Cause golden money get more for you. From golden money. Good times don't come again with golden money. Good times don't come. Nourishment for the family. Delicious golden money. Enjoy 10% money.
Every 800-gram pack of Golden Mon you buy this season, they come with 10% extra free. That now more value and more nutrition for the same price. Offer valid while stock lasts. Nestle. Good food, good life.
It's the best way to end the year with the kids in the city of Ibadan. Watch out for the biggest Kiddies End of the Year party, powered by your Remedy Radio Dial 93.9 FM.
Tell me, are you ready?
Right, welcome back. It is still AM Update, Solutions 939 FM, and it's 10:22 from our studio here. The studio lines, one more time, 0909 88 89 939 and 0912 22 22 939. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name?
This is Aziz. I'm calling from Nigeria.
Aziz, good morning to you. Happy New Month.
The way the federal government is ruling this country, as in, they are just ruling this country without considering the welfare of the masses. They are ruling this country without human face at all by inflicting more hardship on the masses. The fuel prices are skyrocketing every day, and the prices of commodities also is wearing up. Transport fare is increasing every day. I don't know how we are going to be free from this self-centered government. And they have no substantial blueprint to rescue Nigerians from this mess. These are shows that they have no political will to rid this country at all. And I believe and I hope the Nigerians should be wise up this coming general election, not to vote for a deceitful leader again. May God help us. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Aziz.
Okay, comrade, just before we let you go, you were talking about in the next 7 months. I wanted to
clarify, expatiate
on that. Clarify what's happening in the next 7 months.
You see, some time ago, President Olusegun Obasanjo, when he was asked a question about Baba, Chief Adedibo of blessed memory. Now, Chief Obasanjo said, Baba is like a dry fish already that you cannot bend. So this government had have proven to us that we cannot get anything good from their Jerusalem, from their Nazareth. Now, we have made all of this noise, we have shouted, we have wailed, there is nothing we have not done. And they have not done any, they have not yielded to our pleas. Now, the only thing I'm saying, I'm just praying, like I have always told, I've always said here, I told the Nigerians, people that care to listen, that we need to wisen up. We need to open our eyes wide. We have the elections, the election is just about 2 months away now.
Yeah.
Now we'll be going to the election to elect a new one. Now, it is then that we will decide whether all of this suffering and torment will end in the next 6 months or not. Now, if we agree to say, look, if we all agree that we have suffered, I have suffered seriously, and I have seen a lot of things I never envisaged will ever be possible in Nigeria. I have seen it. I mean, well, I don't want to go too deep, but if truly we all believe, and we all know that, yes, we have not gotten what we bargained for in this democracy, then we must decide to say, look, all of this nonsense must end in the next 6 months, when this administration will be winding up and a new one will be coming in.
Okay.
Right. Thank you very much, Comrade Olomotasha, for being a part of the program this morning.
Yeah.
Thank you
Happy
for having
New
me.
Month one more time.
Yeah.
And compliments of the season.
Thank you.
All right, let me take this call. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Good morning,
Morning.
Kemi.
No, the indigenous language being made compulsory in primary school education is the best policy so far. To me, we allow the people to have deep knowledge about those subjects being treated. The federal government went far by saying at GSS 3 and then GSS class will be mixture of mother languages and English language. This is a good development. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Yes. You know, if the policy should stand, then I will say this is the only thing this government has done so far in our education sector, because they have let us down in all ramifications. Good morning, Kemi calling from Akoba.
All right, thank you very much, Kemi. Okay, do we have a caller?
Yeah, there is something. There is someone to say good morning. Good morning to you. Oh, the network is not so good.
Okay, while we wait to your call, we had a chat with Dr. Olukayode Okonkole, who is the program manager, OISACA, that is Oyo State Agency for the Control of AIDS, in commemoration of the World AIDS Day, which is happening today. Like I said earlier on, today is a day set aside for people around the world to unite and show support for people living with HIV and to remember those who have died from AIDS-related illnesses. So we had a chat with Dr. Olukayode Okonkole. Let's take a listen.
I want to do something with this.
What is OISACA doing in making sure that there is reduction in spread of HIV in the state?
Thank you very much, Dapo. First, to start with, I want to let our listeners know what the theme for this year is: equalize to end AIDS, equal access to treatment and prevention services. And what do we mean to equalize? Is to bring access to essential services, particularly for children, pregnant women, and key population and their partners. And in doing this, we must, in a consistent manner, address and remove all structural barriers that might impact negatively on access to services. This slogan, equalize, is a call to action for each and every one of us that there must be equal access to HIV tests for everyone. There must be equal access to HIV treatment for those that tested positive. And there must be equal HIV services to all pregnant women, so that you can have an HIV-free generation. What I mean is that pregnant women who are positive, who are living with HIV, will not bring forth children that are living with HIV. And also, we want to make sure that there are equal HIV service to babies and children, so that we can have an HIV-free generation. And lastly, there must be free stigmatization and discrimination of people living with HIV, so that people will not run away from testing services. So that's about the slogan. Now we're looking at what Oyo Saka is doing. We have been doing a lot. We earmarked a 4-day program for this year's activities. We started with Juma service at Bodija Community Mosque. We had St. Stephen's Anglican Church, Aligungu on Sunday. Then yesterday, we selected schools all over the zones of the state. We did a sensitization program for in-school youths. And today, by God's special grace, we are having the final rally, which will take place at Bodija Market, where we will do sensitization, counseling, and testing for HIV. So I want to implore people around Bodija Market, let them come to our stand so that they can get tested and know their status.
Okay, now let's look at the data in Oyo State. What's the data like in Oyo State based on people who have come for testing, people who are taking treatment, and the positive data?
Looking at the data, the prevalence rate for the state is 0.9. And if you look at the population of Oyo State, that is about 7,800,000 plus. Extrapolating from that, we will have something of more than 50,000 people who are estimated to be living with HIV in Oyo State. And by the special grace of God, we are close to 40,000. It's a little bit, I don't have the figure of apparently. It's more than 35,000 of people who are living with HIV that are on treatment in the States. And so we still have a gap of approximately around 20,000 or thereabout who we have not picked and who have not been placed on treatment. And that is why we are saying that people should come out, let them get tested so that everyone who is living with HIV in the States are known and placed on treatment. If we can do this, then an end to HIV is just by the corner.
Okay, that was Oladapo Konobi there having a chat with Dr. Olukayode Ogunkule, the program manager, Oisaka, and he's been talking about how people living with HIV should not be stigmatized and there shouldn't be this discrimination, and people should go for the test to know their HIV status to aid early
you know
treatment.
something about this particular virus, it's the fact that when it first came, it was so scary. The data that was given by Dr. Olukayode there is quite big, and when it first came, you wouldn't get a treatment for this particular. Now there is something that you can do to actually treat this. It might not be curable, but at least you can treat it for a while, can manage it. And I said I wanted to put you on the spot. How did you feel when you wanted to get your first HIV test done?
Well, my first HIV test, I think, well, to be honest, I think I did it while I was having my NYC orientation camp at Noam Bamtai for those that served in River State. So there was a time we were told to go for it. Was actually, it was a free thing. It was free will. We were not compelled to do it. But the first day I went with my friends, I stayed back. I ran back. Second day, but on the third day, I think I summoned up courage to go do the test, and thankfully, it came out negative.
I had a similar experience with yours. Mine was for school, and it was mandatory, part of the medicals that we were to do for registration, that you take HIV test. The first time I went there, I sat down, I walked out of the place saying, I'm coming back. Please hold on, I'm coming back.
You didn't to see the way I ran away the first day.
My friend and I, we went there about 5 times before we actually said, well, please just let's do this and I know what's. And then when it came out, we just started really like, yes, this is okay, this is fine. But if it comes out positive, please do not beat yourself up and do not feel like you've done something big. You can treat it. All right, we still can take calls on the show, 0909 88 89 939 and 0912 22 22 939. And with the comrade this morning, we had spoken about the no pay, no work policy by ASU. We had spoken about the introduction of mother tongue into the education system in Nigeria.
And we talk about the hike in the fuel price in the Okay, and you can also drop your comments on our Facebook page. We have some comments already on our. Do we have a call?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. I'm Bossa from the radio.
Bossa, good morning.
Good morning. Let's have your take.
Thank you. The case of this issue of fuel scarcity is actually worrisome because I see no reason to believe why the federal government is so taking measures.
Bosse, you we can't hear you. You are barely audible. Hello?
It has become a quarterly issue.
Okay.
It has become a quarterly country. And coupled with the fact that the president is a refinery pilot. If that was amazing, the refinery is not likely to come have our own fix a refinery, not to talk of having more than and like we don't have the resources to have more than enough crude oil to produce for ourselves here and to even export to foreign countries. So I don't know why our government have been so reluctant about issues like this. The masses are the ones suffering more. The rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer, and we keep suffering more and more daily as a result of their legacy. So they should please do something concerning this, as they have promised us the refinery by this December. So they should do something on time and anything for us. Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Thank you very much.
We were able to pick some of your comments there, despite the fact that the line wasn't so audible. Okay, we have this comment from Olayinka Aditola on our Facebook page. Virtually every sector has been in shambles under the ruling party at the federal level, and the sectors should ideally be declared for a state of emergency because the suffering is getting much on the masses. Nigerians should do the needful in the forthcoming general election by getting their PVC ready and vote out bad governance. May God help us.
Okay, Aderonke Korede Oladele says, as testimony of mismanagement of our national resources, you put in bracket few, that Nigerians have been subjected to under the current federal government is uncalled for. Yet, we have the president as the Minister of Petroleum, but hike in prices of fuel is skyrocketed. We have no working refineries as an oil-producing nation, as what we do is consume. What a shame on the administration.
Oluwaseun Ruth, good morning. Another fuel scarcity has loomed again under the APC-led government, all because of their failure to provide refineries for Nigeria, which has made things to be more difficult for the masses. Fuel is now being sold at the rate of 300 naira, yet they said they have no plan to hike fuel price, which really shows that the government at the center is not ready to fix our refineries, but they can invest so much on railway, but what is sufficient for the country is not working. What a government that lacks vision. We have a call.
Yeah. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
This is Balkis on Nigeria from Uganda.
Okay, Balkis, good
Go
morning.
ahead,
Okay, we lost the call.
Okay, let me take this comment. Omade Adekunle, the failure of the federal government to rehabilitate our refineries is causing the fuel scarcity. Fuel price discriminations and the hardships are getting complicated on average Nigerians. Transport fares and the prices of commodities are soaring up every day. Is this the meaning of change and next level? I hope Nigerians should decide well come 2023 general election if they are tired of this maladministration. Another caller.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Balkis on Nigeria calling
Okay,
back.
glad to have you back.
Okay, regarding the initiative of the federal government to introduce indigenous languages to our schools, I think it's a good one. Talking from my perspective as a linguist, you don't reason in a foreign language. You think you brainstorm in your mother tongue. And I don't think someone that was trained in his or mother tongue that will find how to speak the correct version of the English language very difficult. Then I saw that when you see some schools that they have even prohibited teaching of indigenous languages, and it's not your state now, in some southwestern states, there are some private schools that they don't teach you as a subject. You cannot even speak your Yoruba in that school. Is Yoruba a vernacular? A vernacular is an unwanted language. So I think we should inculcate this habit. And I do tell parents, if that's why you want to speak in the English language to your children, ensure you speak it right. That is our doing. And if you want to speak English, make sure you speak the correct version. Speak Yoruba to your language, and you'll be amazed at how good your child will be at in the English language. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Balkis. I love that comment. I think we should speak more to the parents, because I've seen many parents that would scold their children for speaking in their own. I mean, you have a child bearing Oluwaseun, and you scold the child so hard for speaking in Yoruba language. I think that is nothing but what Fela would call Kolo mentality of the colonialists. You know, I mean, why not just name your child Gregory or Robert?
We do have Gregory. We have
Gregory, Robert, and remove Oluwaseun or Adedamola or that kind of thing. So I think we should embrace our language. Good morning.
Hello, Wesila Kalemba.
Wesila, good morning.
On this language issue, I think what they need to do for us majorly is encourage all schools to learn our 3 major languages. I remember while I was in school, they do teach us Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba, those 3 languages, because I attended a Nigerian school. So I want them to encourage schools to teach these 3 major languages we are using in Nigeria. And concerning that of also state issue, the governor and the house, I hope it doesn't end up to what happened at this time in Ekiti during Fayose, when he came up and it ended up, it is today it might be Okada riders against legislator. Tomorrow it might be road transport against legislator. I hope it will not end up that way, because the governor has so many things to do, and it's very unfortunate. Not minding your political party. Once you have been elected, you have to represent the masses, not any party. But most of these people we elect, they don't think the way we are thinking, and they don't do things the way it's supposed to be done. Because if you represent like my area now, you are representing the PDP, APC, OYO, RIP, everything that is in that place. You are representing them, not a party. So when they get to the party, they should forget their differences, whether party or no party. And I want also state legislators to remember something. If I can remember vividly, the issue of this state of Osun and Osun state, it's been taken to court, and it looks as if the court overruled it, that is not anything to state of Osun. I want to apologize to all Osun state individuals. For the past 8 years, I've been calling them Osun state, forgetting that they are state of Osun. They should have to please forgive me. But the new governor has decided we go back to the last status quo, which is Osun state, and which is recognized in Nigerian constitution. Because in Nigerian constitution, there is nothing like state of Osun. It is Osun state. And that was the court delivery that time when they went to court, that there is nothing like state of Osun, it is Osun state. And I think these legislators, they are there to make laws. And I think they know the law. They should not go contrary. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Wesila. I am in favor. I think it's a convenient point for us to start wrapping up the show this morning. The first edition in the month of December 2022. How do you feel being in December now? Mixed feelings, right?
It's mixed feelings because it's come to me with so much joy, and at the same time not so glad because of what's going on in the country, especially the fuel price, the fact that the transport fee has increased, and the fact that there is inflation. The more there's inflation, the money I'm getting is not getting increased. So it's just like, where are we going to? But at the same time, we have to be grateful to God for the fact that we have seen the first day and the last month in the year. It's a privilege, actually. We should have a grateful heart, and we should be looking forward to the end of the month and the beginning of a new year, which is the beginning of a new era in every one of us lives.
Okay, at this point, I'd like to say a big thank you to you for being a part of the program this morning. Join our colleagues same time tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock for a fresh edition of AM Update. My name is Ade Damola Lafenwa, and I'm wishing you a very blissful and fruitful month of December.
My name is Favor Oloruntola. I'll still be here till 7 o'clock. Do not change the dial. It's Solutions 939 FM, and I'm not going to go without saying do not do what I cannot do.